Hey guys, sorry I forgot to do a video on this. I just started working on this today and I completely forgot. I'm still new to making videos about everything. So our cabinets came in. Some of them came in damaged, which are being replaced. We decided to go with Home Depot cabinets. Actually really disappointed with the quality of the cabinets. They're replacing them for free, but I don't really have a whole lot of hope for it. And the reason why I don't is because with the bus, going Boundless bus, we went with Lowe's cabinets. Same thing happened. We had to replace all the cabinets. These are not cheap cabinets. These are the high-end line cabinets. We spent thousands of dollars on 4 cabinets and some trim pieces. So, I mean, we didn't cheap out. We went with a company called American Craft Work or something like that from Home Depot. With the bus, we went with I'll tell you in another video because I don't remember. But anyway, so we've got this for our stove that's going to be going here. These are some pull-out drawers, as you can see. This is going to be the closet right next to the air conditioning, which obviously will have an air gap on the side here because we don't want to obstruct the airflow. Then we've got the kitchen sink and refrigerator here. Now, the kitchen sink, I cut a notch, and in hindsight, I didn't measure or account for the curvature of the wall, of course. So I measured from the wall at the base out and down. So now I've got a nice little gap there, which is lovely. So it's a 1/2 inch off because of the curvature. As you can see, it starts at the bottom, it comes out, and then it touches the wall. So I can't cut this portion of it because then it's going to push it too far. What I should have done is just notched it less. So anyway, don't make my mistake, but that's okay because I'm going to trim it out on the inside here. Here's the gap on the inside, which I love. So I'm going to trim this all out all the way around. I was going to do that anyway, but now I have to do it so we can cover up some holes. And then on the outside, I've got some nice trim, so it'll be all covered up. I'm just not happy with that. I like things perfect. I've already drilled the hole for the sink drain, which is right next to the tire, as you can see, because the tire is right here. I'll show you that in a future video, what I'm doing with that. I've already screwed it in. I'm using for this some wood screws, 1 1/4, which, if you're following my guidelines, 1 1/4 will get you just the tip into the furring strip. You can go a little bit bigger if you want, but this is all secure. So I've got 3 there. The trim pieces I'm putting in here, I'm also going to screw into the floor here as an added measure. And then, of course, the fridge is going to attach to this, and it's going to attach to another wall that we have going up here. And then it's all going to be secured down with the countertops, which will be like liquid nailed. That's what we used in the bus, is liquid nail, and it worked perfect. So we'll probably be using liquid nail there. So anyway, so this is just the beginning of the cabinet install. I've got a couple pieces that'll be here in about a day or two to replace this guy here that came damaged, and also the drawer on that one is damaged, which is crazy. So just to let you know, they came from Georgia, which is where the manufacturing plant is. They were freighted on a pallet, all nice, wrapped nice and neat, and we open them up and they're all damaged, like they've been dropped. It's crazy. I don't really understand it, but that's how they came. So anyway, hopefully the next set will be better. I'll let you know in the next video how I progress. Hey guys, so In the last video, I was showing you the installation of the sink cabinet, which I just trimmed out. There's my drain, which isn't hooked up to anything. I do have to do some touch-up painting here. Also installed this today. It's one of those fold-out, I don't know what they're called exactly. So anyway, I'm doing the fridge install. This is an Isotherm Elegance 130. It draws very little amps. I put it on max and it's drawing 3 or 4 amps, which is crazy. It got really cold in about an hour to 2 hours. The fridge, the Dometic fridge that we have in the bus, took about 10 hours to get to optimum temperature, and it draws a lot more amps, so I'm really happy with this so far. You will have to vent the heat, because as the compressor heats up, it won't be as efficient. I really wanted the least amount of holes possible in the van. Have not drilled anything into the body, and I'm not going to. As you can see from the last videos of doing the 30 amp connector, I did that below the bumper. Everything is going to be in the cab or draining or venting outward, or down into the floor. We don't want to drill any holes into the sides of the body, which is very ugly. So, came up with a little thing here my wife found. Well, first off, we're going to be venting the heat down the side into that hole. So that's all ready to go. This is a 3D printed fan holder got on Etsy from a guy called Johnny Compost Toilets. So if you look him up, this is $20 for this piece. The fan he actually custom made for me, and he's already got the AutoCAD file for it. So if you order one, he's ready to go. Johnny Compost Toilets on Etsy, $20. The fan that I have in there is a Delta. Let me see if I can get you see in there. It's a Delta DC brushless fan, but it is a high-speed, high-capacity fan. Let me see if I can get you a model number, if it will permit. Focus. There it is. I'll put it in the comments or in the description. Just for reference, I'm just going to read it and I'll put it in the description. It is actually, told you the wrong information. I'll give you the model number in the description, but it's a Ghost Time brushless DC fan, 12 volt, 0.8 amp fan. It is an 80 millimeter by 80 millimeter by 38.5 millimeter fan. So this he makes, which is 80.5 by 80.5 by 40 millimeters. I'm sorry, 39 millimeters this way. Sorry about that. I was giving you a fan that I had previously ordered and it was too fast. So I've got the fan in there, and I had to order a 1 1/4 rubber hose adapter, or what, I'm not sure exactly what that's called. I got it on Amazon. Flexible coupling, FC125, 1 1/4 to 1 1/4. It's actually expensive on Amazon. I couldn't find it at Lowe's or Home Depot. But you need 2 of them. I only ordered 1 for some reason. I don't know why. So I need 1 for the exit, 1 to connect to the pipe here, and I'm going to put the pipe all the way coming this way, and this will be covered in a box. So it's going to be sucking down or out from the side and then down. I'm sorry, I can't find my words today. This is a DC fan controller with temperature sensor, which is really cool. This is a part I got on eBay. Here's the model. And Zhiyu, I don't know, I can't pronounce that. Zhiyu. There's the model. You can order it. It's really great. It's all in Celsius, of course. So you'll have to convert if you don't know it, and I don't. So as this heats up, I'll see if I can let you see or hear it. It gets a lot faster. It's very quiet right now. I'm going to put the sensor right on the compressor, which is really hot. It'll never get that hot, of course, but just to give you an idea. It's actually, you can see the temperature and the RPMs are going up. And I hear it already. It's starting to speed up. I'm not sure if you can hear it in the video or not. It's kicking on. You should be able to hear it. Anyway, that was just a example for you. So I'm going to put the sensor right around here. I'm obviously not going to be touching the compressor, which is always hot. So I'm going to lay it right in here somewhere. This fan sucks inward, and there's enough space here for the fan. It's not ideal, but there's about an inch of space down there, so it's going to suck in this way. And I'm going to have a tube right here going down, connecting there and getting it out into that hole that I've drilled. Oh, there's a beetle. Get away. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I hope this was helpful. It's definitely a really cool system that I put together here. I'm really happy with it so far. I'm just gotta run the tubes and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay guys, so I don't have that rubber piece like I explained before. I need that second rubber piece for that pipe right there, but this is exactly what's going to happen. It's already in the hole, resting on the floor, going up, and directly where the heat's going to come out of. And that is pretty much it. The fan's going pretty fast right now because it's hot in this area. So I need to turn it down a little bit for now and test it out, but besides that, that's a wrap for the refrigerator and the refrigerator ventilation. See you in the next video. Hey guys, okay, so this is the entrance on the side door. I've got all the cabinets mounted, which I'll show you here. I've got the stove drawer right here, and I'll give you some measurements. We are going with the Camp Chef stove here, and I have to build a box on the top here to build it up because it's a really small stove, and my wife wants the top of this to be at the top of the countertop on this side, so I have to build it up 4 1/8 inches, which with this piece, with a sheet of 1/2 inch ply, that equates to right at 4 1/8 inches. So it'll fit perfectly on top of there. What I've done is I had to shim out a little bit. You can see 2 shims on top of each other right there, and then there's an additional several shims they were hard to get to, but there's some shims right there and also there. I don't think I can get a light in there, but I'll show you if I can. Underneath, that's the entrance for the wiring, and then there's the screws right there, and the shims are behind it. I also screwed it into the adjacent cabinet there, and I also screwed it in on the other side to this side. I removed the bottom portion There's actually supposed to be a face that the kick panels go onto. It's supposed to be covered with wood right here. I took that off so we could use it for storage. I also did that for the sink basin cabinet. You can see there, you can see all the way to the wheel well. It's not much space, but it's better than nothing. And you know, with van life, you're trying to get as much space as possible. Okay, so I also screwed it. I'm not going to take it off because it was hard to get in there, but this wood frame that I built, right on this lip here, on this side, I screwed it into this cabinet. I also screwed it into the wall that way, which you can see the shim. There's two shims, one on top of each other right there. There's another shim right there, which I screwed into, or two shims. These are some hardwood, or the countertops. I'm sorry, I'm messing up here. My father keeps calling me. It's distracting me. Okay, so I've got screwed in here using some inch and a half wood screws. 3 of them right there. I also did it on the bottom, going inward to the wall on the back. No shims required for that because it's low enough to the floor. And of course there's a little cubby right there that I made from the wheel well, which could be used, and our closet's going to go right here. I did the same thing. There's 3 screws there. I also had to, it's hard to see, but I screwed a piece of wood on either side, and then I also screwed it into the wall back that way. So that's pretty much done. Let's see. And then I've got the fridge, which I haven't screwed into the wall this way, and I'm going to put a panel here. So I'm going to do a couple update videos here in just a couple minutes. I've got to put that piece of ply on top of there and set the Camp Chef oven on there. I'll show you in a minute. Hey guys, okay, so my box is complete with the 2x4s and the 1/2 inch. Just got some 1/2 inch regular ply on this. I think it's Luan ply. I had to notch this wall out because the wall does come in, and for the Camp Chef, if you've seen any other videos that I have about the Camp Chef, you'll know that it comes originally with a low pressure regulator here, which actually makes it stick out about here. So I took the low pressure regulator off because I have a 2-stage low pressure regulator at the propane tank. So that's not necessary. I've already tested it. Company won't tell you that you can do it, but you can do it. I am not a propane expert, so don't take my advice, do your own research. But based off of my research, it's not a problem. I've already tested it, it's fine. So I took off the regulator and I ordered an elbow. I don't remember the size that I ordered. I think it's a 1/4 inch. It's a 1/4 inch elbow. God, there's so many mosquitoes where I'm at. 1/4 inch to 1/4 inch elbow, which shortened it quite a bit, but still it hits the wall. So I notched out the wall. You're not going to see it anyway. So also there, that's notched out for the sliding door mechanism. You're not going to see that. So anyway, that works. I just cut it to the proper length, and I'm about to flare it. One thing I always, well, not always, but about 20% of the time, I forget to put my flared end on first, and then I end up flaring the end, and all right, and then I have to recut it and put the little screw cap on there. So anyway, yeah, don't make that mistake. I always try to think about it, and sometimes I forget. So I'm about to mount this up here, and it does come right exact to this wood piece, which I'm actually going to be making the countertops on this side. The other side we're going to be doing quartz, which I'll show you in future videos. See you in the next video. Okay guys, so the stove is mounted and hooked up and tested and all is working. Well, there you go. Done deal. So far, this is what it looks like. Next I'm going to be building the wall over here, and I have to trim all this out all the way around and start building the countertops there and the closet to the right. See you in the next video. Hey everybody, so I'm getting ready to start working on the countertops, but I have to do this piece here first. I got the stove all done and running, and that's working just fine. I had to cut a notch back there, as you can see, for it to go into. It's not a problem, it's going to be hidden. We actually got a couple damaged cabinets from Home Depot. One in particular, this 3-drawer cabinet, came damaged, so they replaced it for free. So I had a good idea to disassemble the cabinet and use the side of that for here. I did buy panels so I could do that, but they're actually particle board, and I don't like that, especially next to the door. And being in a van or a bus, it's a very moist kind of environment. I don't like particle board at all. So I disassembled the side there. I just routed out this area, as you can see, for my light switches. I got some Arma-B push button light switches. That thickness wood, which is 3/4, is way too thick for this, so I went ahead and just routed it down to 1/4 inch in just that section so I could put 8 buttons there. Got 8 of these, and that'll work perfect now. I just have to cut hole saw the holes for the buttons. I believe there's 7 or 8 buttons. I do have room to put an outlet there if I want to. My wife does not want me to at this time, but I'm just going to stuff it up under this cabinet for now, and I've got it run to the outlet that's over here, but it's not hooked up over there. So all I have to do is hook it up there, cut the hole, and mount the box, and it's ready to go. So that's just in case she changes her mind or we really need an outlet there. As you know, we do have an outlet there, so it might be a little redundant, but can't have enough outlets, so can't have too many. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to make a 1/2 inch frame around this, which will stick it out even further, 1/2 inch extra, so my wires can run through a hole. I'm going to hole saw right down there, and it's going to run through the channel in between there and there, right up to this area that I'm going to route her out. So I'll show you how it all comes together. Hey guys, so I've got the buttons installed. That's a 7/8 of an inch wood drill bit. It came out pretty good. You can see here. There's a couple things, little pieces of dust. But I've got it wired all through the back here, which I still have to put a plate here to protect the oven from the wires, obviously. So just like I showed you in the video, I have, well, for this particular case, I have 2 dimmers. First set of dimmers controls all the interior lights. Now, I have experience from being in the bus, and we actually had like 4 sets of dimmers. We really kept it at the same, I don't know, dim setting. So it was just kind of annoying setting the bathroom and the living room and the front portion. They all had different dimmers. When it was all, we just used the same setting anyway. So this time there's 2 dimmers, one for the outside lights, which we didn't do in the bus, and then one for all the interior, which will be main lights, bathroom, desk, and under cabinet lights, which is a wire over there. All of the exterior lights are all done, and they're on 4 different buttons, the front, the back, and each side. They work perfect. I've got them on 2 different dimmers. I've got one main power line coming in, going to the dimmers. I've got a jumper going from one dimmer to the other, and then there's 2 power lines that come off of one power line coming off of each dimmer. There's 2 dimmers, so there's 2 power lines here. So I'll show you. This is interior, which is the top buttons here, and all the negatives go to one master negative here, and then there's a jumper that goes to all the negatives of the lights. So basically all the negatives are connected all together. Then I've got the blue switch wire going to power of all of the lights. And then, just like I showed you in the last video, the main power switch as well as the LED power all go to power. So I have that going to a master power right here. You can see all the blues. I'm sorry, I just said that wrong. All the blue powers for the switch are going to the master power. And just like the last video, I've got the switch, power, and LED light going individually to each one. You can see here, power and LED power to each one. So that's pretty much it. That's how I did that, and it all works perfect. I've already tested the interior on one of them, which works fine. All the exterior work great, which if nighttime can come around here shortly, I can show you what it looks like. On to the next project. Hey guys, so just wanted to show you that this back panel here, I went ahead and used a template, piece of cardboard here, and then I just went ahead and cut it out. Okay guys, so this is with it installed. Put a little bit of caulking there. Still need to cover up that front area. Do that with a little bit of thin trim. Gonna do some trim here and here, obviously, and just do a butt joint. I'm gonna nail it from the back side because I still have access that way. And underneath, I have access here and here underneath. And then I can use some liquid nail on parts that I can't nail, which is sufficient. Here's the buttons. All working. Show you here. Lights on. All the lights are hooked up now. I think this is the front. No, it's not. Let's turn them all on. There we go. These lights that we got are nightlight, and they draw about 0.7 amps each, which is excellent. Okay, so I'm gonna put the brakes on this portion right now because I actually need some Baltic birch to start working on the countertops here, and it's the weekend. I can't go get any right now. The wood lumber place is closed, so I've decided to start back here on this portion, which most people leave raw like this, and I figured out why they leave it raw. There's 2 reasons. One, this is hardened steel, And even with the best drill bits, drilling for 20 minutes, it doesn't go through. Down here at the bottom, though, it goes right through like butter, no problem. But once you get up to this portion, I guess this, I don't know, I thought that this would be hardened steel too, but it goes right through. Like, took 3 seconds to drill these holes. This took very long time, and these I couldn't get even after 20 minutes. This one also after 20 minutes. That one I couldn't get either after, that was like 5 minutes, couldn't do anything. So, I looked at this every which way. I thought, okay, let's continue the shiplap and wrap it around. So I went ahead and got some furring strips, and that's why all the holes are, I'm trying to drill all those holes, is I'm trying to screw in the furring strips so I have something to nail into. Well, it didn't work out very well. I was able to get the bottom hole and this one here, but I couldn't get anything else. And, well, I need 2 furring strips going up, and then I need 1, and then kind of going to 2 all the way down, 2 in the front this way, going all the way down, 2, 1, and then back to 2 again. Well, that's a lot of self-tapping screws and a lot of drilling, days of drilling, and I just don't want to deal with it. So we're going with finished pine, and we're going to paint it. And the reason why we're going to do this is, well, I'm going to put the roof flashing behind it to protect it from moisture. And then I actually only need to screw in 2 screws here, 2 screws here, and then for the top part that goes this way, I need to do 2 and 2. And then I don't know what I'm going to do going this way, but those 2 are not a problem. But I might have issues with 2, 4, 6 on this side. I'd rather have a problem with 6 screws than 4, 8, possibly 16 going all the way up there. So I'd rather have a problem with 6 screws and drilling 6 holes on that side than 16 or 14. So that's the logic behind it. And just to let you know that this is a straight wall until it gets to right here, which is at 50.5 inches, and then it goes inward. So I already cut my first piece here and drilled my my hole just to mark right here because I'm going to be drilling. And then I'm going to have to scribe out the piece of wood on the edge because it goes inward. Does some weird stuff here. It goes in and then out. So I'm going to have to scribe that and then cut it and sand it. So anyway, I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, back to the countertops on this side. I just tack nailed it a couple places just to hold it in place. Still have to do the trim going down and over. That's why it seems like it hangs over a little too far. For the stove, I put, you can see I circled this rubber foot there and that one. And then when I lifted it up, I went ahead and put 2 wood screws sticking up about a 1/2 inch. So it actually sits up inside that rubber foot. And then here, you can see that I used the table saw and I cut a notch in that piece of wood there. And it's even with this piece of wood here, which I'm going to slide in a piece of hardy board for a heat shield. And it comes just perfect. I can sort of show you with this ruler here. I just cut it to size just to test it. but you can see I have to push the wires over a little bit, but it will work, and there's plenty of room to breathe and to let the heat out that way. So for the front here, this front trim piece, I'm actually going to use magnets, because just in case I need to get to those wires or take this out for that matter, I'm going to need this trim piece removed, this trim piece removed, and this piece removed. So those are going to be on magnets that you won't be able to see. So I'll be able to lift up slightly on the stove, pull it out. It'll give me access to right here, which I need to unscrew the propane line. So I'll unscrew the propane line there, and then I'll be able to get the stove out. I'll be able to access these wires here, do any maintenance, replace the stove, who knows. So that's how I figured that out. I'll let you know how this goes in the upcoming video. Hey guys, so I just want to let you know I've taken a break for a few days. Having a heat buildup issue on the back here. On this Camp Chef, it's got two little ports here that release a really large amount of heat. I do have all my pieces cut, and it's all nailed in except for this piece here, which I'll show you what it looks like. That's how it looks, which I'm happy with. However, a lot of heat, too much heat builds up right here. So I ordered some sticky heat shield that I'm going to put all on the back of this wood and underneath it, and just to see what happens. If not, I'm going to have to notch that out and put some sort of a vent or something. So that's pretty much where I'm at right now. The next part is going to be putting Baltic birch on top of this, and then I'm going to start building my countertop there using old barn wood, like 100 something year old barn wood. We have a specialty shop where I'm at that buys old barn wood from up in Tennessee. Anyway, so we're going to be doing that and putting some sort of a cover on it, protection on it. I'm not exactly sure yet. But anyway, got some cool wood that's going to go up on there. It's a little dusty right now, but anyway, you can tell that it's 100 years old because of the type of saw that it is. This is actually a circular saw, and it is absolutely huge. They don't make those anymore. They just do band saws now. So anyway, that's going to look cool as a countertop if we can figure out the heat solution. See you in the next video. Hey guys, so I got the heat shield in from Amazon. Just to show you what I did was I just wrapped it thoroughly. I needed 4 sheets, or almost 4 sheets. This is all that I have left out of the 4 sheets. It says it can withstand 2,000 degrees radiant heat, which means radiant heat is non-contact heat. So keep that in mind. So you don't want your oven actually touching a wall, because this would be pointless. So radiant heat, it claims 2,000 degrees. We're going to put it to the test. So I'm about to remount the oven. I actually have it wrapped all underneath the wood here, all the way around. So that's that. Guys, so I'm continuing the countertops. Over here, as you know, I'm going to be building the countertop portion myself with some old barn wood that we found. I'm just using that as a desk right now. Over here we're going to be putting quartz countertops, and we have a drawer that we got with our cabinets from Home Depot, which sucks. If you're going to do cabinets, I recommend you use a custom cabinet builder. Reason why is because I thought that these were supposed to be all real wood, and I don't know if you can see on the video, but there's like layers of cardboard, and there's some real wood in there, but not really. I don't really know what the deal is. The front faces are real wood. I thought the whole thing was going to be real wood, but it's not. So in a moving vehicle, I would suggest getting all real wood cabinets. it's too late for us now. So here we bought a drawer that doesn't exactly fit, so I had to customize it. So I'm going to show you here what I have come up with. The drawer that it came with is all particle board, which I'm not a fan of particle board. And the front face goes right there, which this is the front face. It came damaged, so we got another one for free they sent us. So this is just the spare one, but I can use it as an example at least to show you what it looks like. So they just glued it in and put a couple staples in it. It's junk, absolute junk. The only thing that's not junk is the face. So I'm rebuilding this box out of Baltic birch and using the face. So I've got another face here that I've already trimmed down to the size of the fridge, which is 21 inches, actually a little bit less. It's 20 3/4. And then I just copied the size of the box, and I'm going to drill some holes here. I'm just basically using the other one as a template to rebuild a proper box. This back portion is not going to be here, so I'm only building that portion of the box, and then I'm going to screw it in on both sides. So that's pretty much it. Okay guys, so as you know, I cut the door down here 20 3/4. Make sure you do your measurements. Don't take my measurements, because everything can be a little wonky from product to product. Not everything is perfect, so just giving you an idea. Okay, so I'm going to put some shim down here, and I'm going to screw it in that way. Obviously it's going to be level up here. I actually had to take the door off and re-screw in some new holes because it was in a bad spot. But that's the door. It works perfect. I have to connect from here to here somehow, which I'll figure out. It shouldn't be too hard. And that's our door situation. Or fridge cabinet situation. Alright, I've got this drawer mounted here on the left. I have 6 screws going into the adjacent cabinet, and this is shimmed, of course, because with furniture end on cabinet, it gives it a little bit of a space. Obviously you don't want to compress this wood too much, it will strip the screws out. I know that from experience. I put a bottom piece of wood mounted on the bottom of this drawer here. I have it nailed in all the way around. The purpose of this is to cover the top of the fridge compressor. And the reason why I want to cover the top of the fridge compressor is because I have a lot of air being pulled from that fan there, which you can see. This only works if you have that sealed off in a way to where there's only a little bit of air that can get in and a little bit of air that can get out, which will cause like a vortex effect. If it's just open completely, it will not have that effect. It will not allow air to be pulled in quickly. So I left the crack open here for fresh air to get in. I'm going to be covering the front of this and making a cabinet here, so it's going to block air even further. So the only way the air is going to really be able to get in easily is from up here, and then it will be able to escape from that tube there on the right. So, and how I did this is I mounted the bottom of this wood piece not only to here, but also to the bottom of this strip here, which I screwed into the frame of the bathroom there. So it's all secured all the way around. And of course it's 34.5 inches, which that's what it has to be for the kitchen countertops. That concludes the countertop installation, or I'm sorry, the cabinet installation portion of this build. I am completely done with all the cabinets. This did work out. The heat shield, I've already tested it. I did have to nail it all the way around. Keep in mind that you don't want to blow through this material. So I had to take it from about 100 psi to 60 psi, just enough to get in there and stop with the cloth, and that worked. Now you don't want the nails to get hot, so I ordered some high temperature latex silicone black, and I'm just gonna lather it on there all the way around on the top. But that's pretty much it. That is the complete cabinet installation. I'll see you in the next video.